Hey there, Leslie with another life lesson learned in yoga class today. So today I decided to try a class I had never tried before. It was Ashtanga yoga, which I've never done. And the instructor subbed for a class I did earlier this week. And I thought, she seems pretty cool. I'm going to go give this class a try. So I showed up and clearly everyone in the class knew each other. They all knew each other's names and, were laughing and joking around. So I already felt like a little, there's cliques and you walk in and you're not in the clique. So I tried to say hello and chatted up a few people. Then we get started with class and we are doing poses that literally have every part of my body shaking. I was floored by how hard this class was. And so we get to this one particular pose where we're doing a triangle twist up against a wall, which, makes it harder to, lean over the wrong way. And so it was challenging, to say the least. Everything in this class was challenging, but I found this particularly challenging. So we're doing the first leg, we're on the right, and the instructor says, everybody stop except for Kelly. And so she's over with Kelly, adjusting Kelly, and she says, see how great she's doing this? See how she twists from the waist and not the upper, and you see this and this little divot here and that, and she's pointing out all the things about alignment and why it looks good. And then she says, okay, go ahead and stand up. So Kelly stands up and she's smiling and she feels great. So it's like, yay, Kelly, way to go. And thanks for showing us a thing or two, right? So we flip to the other side, move all our stuff, our blocks and our mats. Now we get lined up on the left side. And at some point the instructor comes over to me and starts adjusting me and like moves my arm and pulls my hips. And I'm like, whew, I must be really getting this now. Like she's doing some major adjustments. This is great. And then she says, everybody but Leslie stand up. Come look at how jacked up she is. See how she's not twisted from the waist? See how she's folding in here? See how this is all crunched up? See how her arm's too high? And all the while I'm thinking, you put my arm there. You moved me into this way. Like I might have gotten it wrong, but did you move me into a wronger position just so other people could learn at my expense? And it felt like it lasted forever, the corrections. And no, like, hey, you're doing a great job or back it up. Just purely, I felt like I was just crumbling. I almost burst into tears when she stopped with the correction. Like anything could have made that better, right? Hey, do you mind if I use you as an example for some things that we could do better? Or, hey, you're doing this really well, but this needs to be adjusted. Do you mind if I let people see so they understand the adjustment better? But I was the newest one in the class. I'd never done this pose. And the person who needed to see it the most, me, was being ridiculed as I'm like in a pretzel turned upside down. So it just reminded me as a teacher myself, why it is so important to build people up and to tell them what they're doing right. It's not that corrections aren't important. I wanted to be corrected. I want to have good form. But I view positives and negatives as kind of like you're building an account balance, right? You're putting deposits in every time you tell somebody they're doing something well or they've improved or things are good. You're withdrawing when you make corrections and tell them they suck, right? Not the first class I've ever taken from you. That's not the time to be withdrawing from the account because you haven't built anything up. Fortunately, I stayed for the second class, which was amazing. And I feel like my form got even better. I got to practice the poses again. And I really think this girl's an awesome instructor. But holy cow, for this long, I wanted to run out of the room crying because I felt about that big. So that's my thought for the day. It was an interesting class. I'm so glad that even though I was frustrated, I did stay for the second class because I almost bailed. I almost thought, why the hell am I going to stay and just take more abuse? I obviously don't fit in here. And the second class, I fit in even less. But because I stayed and I worked through and got some awesome instruction on how to do poses better, I feel like in the long run, I came out a winner. So that is my thought for the day. I hope you find it useful. Take care, go out and make your day not only a good one, but a positive one. Make some deposits in that bank of happy thoughts today. Take care and I'll see you again soon.